This one, the Blesberg Tunnel, will be one of the longest, running for 5 miles beneath the 2,800-foot-high Blesberg Mountain. They've been tunneling here for more than 12 months and are now nearly 2/3 of a mile into the mountainside. Due to the remoteness of this location, they can't use conventional large-scale tunneling machines. Instead, they're relying on more traditional methods. Lots and lots of high explosives. In charge of causing all the underground damage is Blastmaster André Peter Riedling.
This is an emulsion explosive. It's a liquid emulsion. You could say it feels like grease.
The emulsion arrives as 2 separate components, which only become explosive once they are combined. It's essential the mix is just right, or it could explode while being handled. So for safety, André combines them at the last minute using a computerized mixing machine. The highly explosive liquid is then pumped through hoses into the holes in the rock face. At the same time, wires are inserted, which will carry an electric charge to detonate the explosion. Once André has given the wiring a final check, he sounds an alarm and signals for the face of the tunnel to be evacuated. With a twinkle in his eye, it's time for André's favorite part of the job.
I love to blow things up. That's why I'm here.
Cowering behind a bomb-proof shelter, André winds the handle of the detonator to generate the explosive charge. Every blast is different, so he can never be sure exactly what's going to happen when he pushes the button. It's not rocket science, but it's certainly effective. And as the dust slowly settles, diggers move in and start the process of shifting the tons of rubble. Using this method, the team expects to emerge from the other side of the mountain in 10 months. Even with all this tunneling work, it's impossible for the rail lines to always be perfectly straight. Some mountains are simply too big to tunnel through, and many high-speed trains also need to run on old sections of curved track. So to help them corner at speed, the designers have come up with a groundbreaking feature for the ICET. As the train approaches a bend, mechanized arms lift the outside, tilting the entire train and shifting the weight to the inside of the track. This allows the ICET to travel faster than a conventional train, even when going around corners. Having successfully designed the train to travel at high speeds, the engineers then had to figure out how to stop it. So here at a special test track, Michael Fahu and Bernd Dahl are preparing to test the train's braking system. The trouble with conventional disc brakes is that at high speed they lose performance as they heat up. So the ICE3 is fitted with special regenerative brakes and a brand new system called linear eddy current brakes.
We assume that all the braking systems are going to work, but to make sure, we're going to our circuits to do a brake test.
Unlike most other brake designs, these brakes don't actually touch anything. Instead, when the brake is activated, electromagnets about 1/2 inch above the rail induce eddy currents in the track. These produce a magnetic force pulling in the opposite direction to the train, and when activated, the train slows to a halt with no noise or friction. All of which is reassuring news for Dieter, who's now approaching Leipzig.
Delivering passengers to their final destination on time is still enjoyable for me, even after driving for 30 years.
Dieter pulls into the station precisely on schedule, and the passengers disembark only 83 minutes after they left Berlin, a journey that just 12 months ago would have taken over 2 hours. Still to come, how do they produce millions of ballpoint pens for us to use, lose, and chew? Join us after the break to find out how on How Do They Do It?
Lunch where Clapton became